All right, welcome back, everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back with some more Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay casts. We've got ourselves another of these Korean Terran versus Protosses. I almost said Terran versus Zergs there. However, yeah, we are changing gears here a little bit. What I meant to say was, it's another one of these Korean Starcraft 2 matches. It's from the Alima League, as is usual. You guys have really enjoyed the past commentaries that I've done for that in the past few days, so I figured, right, I'll do another, and this time, it should definitely be a good match here. We've got spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map, playing for Team Jin Air Greenwings, it's Creator, and his opponent, I'm a big fan of him, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, it's Cure. Cure, he's definitely one of the Terran players to look out for at the moment, I feel. So definitely just something to keep an eye on. I've cast a fair few of his games lately, and I thought, what the heck, why not do another? This time he's going to be playing his teammate in a Terran versus Protoss. And yeah, as just usual, before we really get on into this video, let's try and hit 20 likes on this one. So just as this game's heating on up, press that like button. Let's try and hit 20 likes to show that you guys are still enjoying this Korean Starcraft 2 action, as this should be a good match here. It's a best of 3, as is usual. The first map we're on is Ephemeral, and with it being TvP, of course there's going to be this pesky probe poking and harassing Kier. So Kier just going to have to chase that down. Meanwhile, he's sending out his own scouting SCV, or could this be for a bit of a cheeky proxy? Where's he gone? Okay, looks like he is just going to go scout. But yeah, looks like that probe is getting shown to the door. Reaper's going to pop on out for Kier. And I must admit, I'm being a little bit, I'm kind of checking multiple boxes here. I'm working on my own Terran versus Protoss gameplay, and I thought, well, let's see if Kier can take down Creator, and if he does, I'm going to pay attention to the builds that he's doing, as I'm trying to sort of expand my horizons in that sense, playing a lot of StarCraft 2 lately, streaming a lot on my Twitch. You can check that out, leave a follow or whatever, and get notified when I'm live. Also, a great place to check that out is my Discord as well, by the way. I feel like I'm just on self-promo city here, but yeah, I did recently start a Discord. The link's in the description at the top of all my videos lately, so check that out. Well, we just wait for this game to heat on up. Reaper for Cure is just going around as is usual. He runs away from that Adept. Very nicely done. By the way, Creator rocking the new Adept skin. Oh, does it look good. Man, oh, look at that. Even the cape looks cool on this Adept. Or is that just me? I don't know. Meanwhile, yeah, this game's just heating on up a little bit. Looks like we're going to be seeing 2 racks play here. Not the usual 2 racks play that you see out of Terran sometimes. We've got ourselves basically a 2 racks aggressive build that's going to be coming out of Cure, I believe. I mean, he's probably going to be going for a stim. Actually, he's going for a Cyclone. What? I thought he'd swap that over, but okay, a Cyclone. Then he's making Marines off so he's going for like a 2-1-1 or whatever, if I had to guess. But yeah, he's going for a Cyclone. He's making Marines. Then he's getting up his tech lab. So yeah, he is going to go into stim eventually here. But going for the Cyclone before that, just to be safe. Interesting play here from Kier. And let's just take a look at this game as it's going to move on. Reaper is out at the 3rd base of the Protoss. Just confirming that there's no super early expansion. Of course, with the map being Ephemeral, it can be a bit tough to get your scouting off. Yeah, it can really be a bit tough to identify what your opponent is up to as the Terran, so you just kind of want to go for that catch-all. That's probably why we're seeing an eBay on the way, probably why we saw the Cyclone for the Terran player, just wanting to really make sure the Protoss doesn't get a jump on him or anything like that. He does start as +1. We'll see if he starts a turret or anything like that. As far as Kyria is concerned, it could literally be anything. Anything within the realm of possibility coming out of the Protoss here. He's diving that Reaper on and gonna try and get the scout off. Oh, does he make it? No, he doesn't quite. So Kier, still in the dark this game. He does not know that Creator's going for a blink play, backed up by a double forge. So they're going to be going for quite a most likely gateway heavy style is the Protoss, and just playing sort of safe and economical with that 3rd base. Now, Kier, on the other hand, he's going for a 3-Rex play, which is definitely more of an aggressive play. So Creator's got to be really careful. Oh, if Creator moves up this ramp with his Stalkers, oh, that would be disastrous for the Protoss. He's sitting back for now, probably waiting till he has Blink, and that is definitely the right call. By the way, look at this Stalker skin. It's like they've just got, like, sheets of paper sticking out the side of their head. Anyway, Blink is now done. Creator has to start blinking away as the Terran player is there at the top of the ramp, just ready to greet him. Meanwhile, this Observer now going to be coming on in, really reveals the situation for the Protoss, as he's going to be able to see just how much bio there is for the Terran, and that really is an important tell for the Protoss. It basically says, okay, I got to make some units, or I'm going to be in trouble. So Creator's going to be on the defensive now, because a Terran who's 3-Raxing is a Terran that you just really need to stop the first attack, and then you're generally in a good spot as the Protoss player. As if you manage to shut down a Terran's 3-Rax, it really takes the wind out of their sails, and then as the Protoss, you're generally reaching to some higher tech. You gotta be careful though, as Creator right now we see is trying to nab up that Cyclone, doesn't quite get it, has to blink away with his 4 Stalkers, and if we do take a look here, Creator could actually be in a lot of trouble right now. I mean, his charge isn't done yet, it's halfway done. He's got his 1-1 upgrades on the way, so he's gonna have an upgrade lead eventually, but he needs to buy himself some more time right now, because the Terran player, who already has Stim Pack done, is gonna be able to come on in here. There's a Stim Pack going down for Kier. The force fields are going to have to zone out this bio, and Kier is doing that dance there, just trying to bait him out. But there's actually no upgrades done yet for Creator besides the blink. Once he gets his charge, once he gets his 1-1 done, he'll be in a much better situation to defend this. And the fact that Kier didn't go in there really shows a lot of respect from Kier to his opponent. He's working on these rocks for now, a bit of a tougher spot to force field. However, he's still probably going to try and come on in here. We see a third base going up for the Terran, but you generally still want to try and make something happen. The Terran player's moving on in here. The Protoss is looking to make a sandwich out of him. I don't know how well this is going to work. Here's kind of just bypassing this right now. He focuses down the Prism, which is a nice move, but he is getting one hell of a hug here from these Zealots. Are connecting with his bio. The Stalker's trying to focus down the Medivacs. There's a fair few Stalkers here. A lot of the Zealot buffer has gone down. The Widow Mines getting connections off there, but it looks like when the dust is settled here, it is going to be the Terran player who is getting pushed on back right now. Yeah, with this Immortal popping out, Creator has definitely held on. And with Creator holding on there, that generally puts the Protoss in quite a good spot. He's got his 2-2 upgrades on the way behind this, dumping Chrono into those. And as long as he doesn't overextend it in this counterattack, it's going to be pretty good for him. He's going to blink, dodge out that Widowmine, bait out that shot, expertly done that. Poor Zealot takes that other one. But then look at this, more Zealots coming on in. Force field goes down. Creator just wants to counter push and kill his opponent. He really needs to be careful though, not to lose any of his units here. His Immortal is getting caught off guard, and I think we may be seeing a bit of an overcommitment from the Protoss. You're a 3-base Protoss, you just defended the Terran's first attack. It's okay to sit back, so Creator overextended a little bit there, I feel. Losing that Immortal, probably not something that you want to have happen. And we take a look at this. 2-2 is still on the way for the Protoss, so he's going to have himself an upgrade lead in the future. Meanwhile, the Terran is building up with the bio. The Protoss is heading into some AoE, which is very important to see. Sometimes a Protoss will kind of tunnel vision a little bit on making gateway units, when in reality, tacking into AoE is usually the right thing to do as the Protoss. And as AoE is just so much better as your opponent builds up more and more of an army. Creator, good save on that Immortal. Security decides to dive on in there. Widowmine's getting out, but pretty good splits there on the Zealots there to not take too much splash damage from them. Creator even picking up units in his Prism there, using every tool in his arsenal right now. He's just desperately trying to hold on though, as the Terran is very in his face. Kier's macro behind this is just really good. We see bio streaming all the way across the map non-stop. Creator's gonna have to warp in more Zealots. He just needs to buy himself a moment of respite here. He really needs to warp in more and more Zealots. He's got Storm done, but no High Templar are currently on the map. Yeah, none of them have been made this game so far, and with the Psystorm done, no High Templar, that's not going to help him out. Good Widowmines go off there on the Stalkers, gets a pretty nice connection. Meanwhile, a few SCVs have gone down to his Zealot counterattack. Once again, though, Creator trying to repel his opponent here. He's just got to make sure he's staying on top of his Warpins and everything, as he has managed to secure himself up a 4th base. His 2-2 upgrades are done, so his units are going to be very good. It would be good to see Creator, though, if he warps in just 1 or 2 High Templar. That would be very helpful for him. For now, though, yeah, I mean, not a lot going on there for Creator. Like, oh, a bit of a solid counterattack. That's very nice for him. Does he get many SCVs, though? Not quite. Good Warp Prism usage. Creator is a very, very strong mechanical Protoss, so it's good to see him doing that. Look at this, though. Kira even making a few Vikings, I guess, maybe anticipating a Colossus transition or something like that. So far, no sign of the Robo Bay, though, so don't need to be worrying about that. But look at that. Creator still just moving out on the map with his Stalkers. Just got to make sure that he's continuously producing his units. I think Robo Bay would actually be good for him at this point, because the Protoss really is, or the Terran, pardon me, is really going to be getting answers to what the Protoss has. Here's just securing himself up a 4th base. There we go, I said it. He's getting the Warp Prism for the Protoss. That's nice. But, oh, look at this. I think Creator is going to be going for an attack right now, and I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. The reason why I mentioned other AoE is going to be needed for the Protoss is the fact that there's all of these ghosts, but I don't know if this attack is going to work out here for Creator. This is definitely going to be an overextension. I feel one EMP goes down on the High Templar. High Templar, very good defensive units. The Side Storm can be very tough to attack on into, but offensively, it's not very good unless it has a Prism to lift those High Templar up. More and more Zealots being warped on in here. Creator does not want to play a late game versus Kira, it seems. He's just really trying to kill his opponent, when I don't know if that's the right choice to make as the Protoss. He's warped in a ton of units here. He's going to bait out some of the Widow Mines. Nicely done there. Oh, no, he actually lost the Stalker. Not nicely done there. Creator, though, he's still going to be looking to make this happen. He's got High Templar loaded up in that Prism. The Vikings just nab up that Prism mode. Suddenly, there's only one High Templar left. Does he have a Storm? No, it doesn't go down. The EMP gets off, and all of a sudden, Creator realizes how much of a folly going for an attack in there is, and he retreats. Now, we do see the Protoss still on 4 bases. He's still got himself a pretty good economy, but we got to be a little bit concerned for him. He's now just getting up his Robo, and you generally need some form of AoE other than High Templar when the Terran has Ghosts. Like, Disruptors are very good because there's really no definitive counter for them. So if you go Disruptor, say, Disruptor, High Templar, it works out quite nicely. You know what, Creator just trying to pick off any ghosts that he can, but he hasn't been able to pick any off. He needs to get as many units out as possible, because right now we take a look, the Terran player's just crossing the map. Kira's army is looking absolute monstrous. Creator really committed to that attack, and now I just don't think that he's got enough supply here to stop the Terran army. The EMPs are just getting lobbed on out. The Stalkers are just gonna fold like wet paper, and without anything else, I'm not sure what Creator's going to be able to do. He's getting out Disruptors, which is actually very, very important, because Disruptors, they kill Ghosts very, very well. It's tough to split Ghosts versus Disruptors when you're trying to control everything as a Terran, so the Protoss getting that is very, very important. EMP goes down on the Immortals. Disruption Nova gets tossed out. It hits 2 Ghosts, but the Terran player's just deciding to come on in right now. There's no more AoE for the Protoss. We need to see the Guardian Shield pop on that Sentry there for Creator, but oh, it eats an EMP before it pops that off. Disruptor spills forward and dies. There's just not many Zealots on the ground. I mean, this fight was a little bit disjointed for Creator, and as a result, I think Kira's going to push through and take the first map in this best of 3. Very well played by Kira, just straight up macro machine. Now, let me just turn off this setting here so you guys can't see how long the next game is actually going to be, as it's on Disco Bloodbath is the next map. Okay, let's take a look here. This best of 3 is going to continue on its way. We've got Kira. He's currently up 1 map. That means he needs to win 1 more, whereas Creator, he's got to win 2. So you guys do the math there as to who is in the better position. Of course, though, if you are enjoying these commentaries, I say it once again, press that like button. It is the best way to show me that you are enjoying the games and everything like that, and that you want to see more of this Korean StarCraft 2. Now, here we take a look. Gateway on the way, barracks on the way. I mean, the fact that those are being built isn't too big of a surprise. Their location, kind of important though. No proxies or anything like that. A probe is moving out for Creator just to scout out, but other than that, everything is very, very normal this game. And with the map being Disco Bloodbath, it's tough. It's a tough map to put a pin in. I feel like it's pretty good for the Protoss, I want to say, because the Terran has a long way to attack on in. The third base can be tough to defend, but of course, there's give and take in like any sort of map. As it's definitely a map you can drop on. You can drop the back of the Protoss base. Liberators are okay coming on in. And then, yeah, nothing else too major that I can think of. Just a pretty standard PvT we'll be seeing. Cybercore on the way for Creator. Notable Nexus before Cybercore. Really just goes to show on the map that it'll take the Reaper a while to get across here. So, and it's a pretty defensible one as far as Reapers go, so you don't got to be too worried about that, and you can go for the Nexus before the Cybercore. Probe for Creator, just hanging on out. Probably just going to find a spot and chill there, basically, until the Terran player's Reaper would be passed. Once the Reaper's far enough away, the Protoss, who knows the timing, is probably going to send the Probe on in, just to be a bit of a pain. However, the Terran makes a Marine because he knows the Protoss is going to do this. It's a whole ball game of mind games. The Probe turns around, he says, nope, nope, and right on out of there. Meanwhile, the SCV returning on home for Cure. Both these players doing their due diligence with their scouting. Now this Reaper comes on and he might be able to get a Probe, but not quite. That timing worked out just well enough for Creator just to get away with that Nexus before losing a Probe. Terran player did not identify the fact that it's a Stargate coming out of Creator. That is a pretty important note. Meanwhile, this Adept just moving around. The Protoss, the Terran player, pardon me, maybe looking for this Probe, looking for a proxy or something. This Probe, he is going to slink away, though, to Freedom, it would seem. And the Adept is crossing the map for the Protoss. What is there back on the Terran side of the map? There's about to be 2 more Marines about to pop out. However, we could be seeing Cure get bullied a little bit by this Adept. His Reaper, though, should be coming home to help out with this defense. The Adept moves on in. And, just not going to be able to get too much done. 3 Marines. That's generally how many the Terran needs to shut down an Adept quite easily. Adept comes on in. Wall goes up. Oh, Reaper going to be getting on into the main base of the Terran player, or of the Protoss. That's nice for the Terran. Grenade gets tossed in, and he tries to get that injured Probe, and he does. That's a nice little bonus there for Cure, making that play happen. Meanwhile, this Oracle looking to come on in, but the Cyclone, it's got its lock on ready, and it is just good to go there, firing off some shots, driving that Oracle away. And so far, Creator not having a lot of success this opening because, oh, he actually lost his Adept there. And that kind of hurts, giving away an Adept for free. You don't want to be doing that as the Protoss. So, pretty good opening for Cure. No major victories or anything have happened yet, but as far as the confidence that these guys have to be feeling, Cure's got to be feeling pretty good. Up 1 game, you just killed off the Protoss Adept, you defended the first Oracle attack. You're feeling pretty happy as the Terran, I feel. And then we've got Cure, who's just going up into his own 3 racks play. Once again, this seems to be something that he really favors in his play. Oh, the Oracle even taking another shot or 2 there. Losing some actual health. Adept does manage to shade on in here. A bit of a random Adept moving on in. Basically confirms what Creator already knows, though, with it being a 3-base, or with a 3-racks Terran. Creator, once again, going to be going for the Blink. This time after his Stargate, though. So it's a little bit delayed compared to the last game, which he opened up with just a Robo. But, oh, look at this. The Protoss, he's going to be doing that thing, which you move on in with 3 Oracles and maybe get some good damage done. He's going to move on in, zaps off 1 SCV, 2 SCVs. Oh, is there a 3rd? Yes, 3 SCVs. Gets a Revelation off as well before he escapes. A nice bit of damage done by the Protoss. 3 Oracles have the potential to get a lot of damage done versus your opponent. We do see here, though, he's reacting by getting a turret up. He's got one in his main, not getting one in his natural. We've seen sometimes Terrans would skimp on something like this, and as a result, they'd just die. And that's sometimes happened in like pretty definitive pro matches, so it's good to see Cure learning from their mistakes. Oh my gosh, is Cure actually going to get one of these critical upgrades here? No, he's not. The SCVs come off the line. The one other Oracle runs out of energy. He is getting himself a few SCVs there. Nice little bit of damage, and he gets out with all of his Oracles, so well done by Creator. They're making an attempt at that. Gets 5 SCVs. However, defending versus this attack that's going to be coming his way will be tough. He's got the Oracles flying around. They don't even have energy. Or, okay, there is one with energy for Revelation. What's he going to reveal, though? The bio, there we go. Revelation goes down on the bio. And now Creator really knows that this attack is coming his way. He's got a shield battery. He's got a couple of sentries to help on out and defend versus this. The Terran player, he's going to be steamrolling ahead, though. Stalkers looking to pick off a Widowmine there. Gets on out of there. Oracles, they've got a bit of energy to help out if there's a big fight or anything like that. However, this can be a bit of a desperate situation for Creator trying to hold on. This Raven can really make his life hard if a good or interference matrices go down, or even turrets. Anti-armor missile is the choice. Just hits a sentry. Creator is going to have to defend here. I mean, he's got the shield batteries. He's doing okay. Auto turret's getting tossed on down. The Zealots don't have charge, though, so they're very slow. And, oh, this is a lot of bio at the south here. Oracle's coming on in to do what they can. The Zealots moving forward, but without charge, they just can't close the gap quick enough. It looks like Creator may be able to hold on, though. Supply is quite even. Army supply, he's down just a bit, but it looks like he did manage to repel his opponent. He's trying to get charge out as quick as he can. It would be good to see some Chrono go off on that. One of the Oracles survived, able to tag onto that Terran army, so he knows where the Terran's at right now. He's moving out with his Link Stalkers immediately, just trying to get any value that he can. And now we take a look. Robotics Bay. On the way for Creator, so he's going to be looking to reach into some of that stronger AoE tech, probably Colossus if I had to take a guess. Forcing the Terran to make Vikings can be very nice, although Creator, he's still got to be very wary of the fact that there's all this bio out on the map. It can be easy just to lapse on the defense as the Protoss, and all of a sudden you got a Terran who's stimming on into your base. Cure, he is looking to push on in towards the third base once again. Perhaps a scan goes down. Not seeing a lot of army, so he is going to move on in there. Does Creator have enough in this position to defend? The answer is definitely no. Where's the rest of his army? The Blink Stalkers are out of position. And oh no, the Terran's coming on in. Widowmine's unburrow, expertly done by Cure, preventing that friendly fire with the Zealots. Creator has his Stalkers coming on in to help out, but he's already taking a lot of damage, I feel. Baiting out a Widowmine shot with that Warp Prism. He's warping in more and more Zealots to try and hold on, but the Prism's gone, so is that micro ability it provides. And now we just see Cure, he's looking to stim on in. That Pylon with the critical Zealot Warpin gets shut down, and suddenly there's no easy reinforcements at this base here for Creator. He's blinking his Stalkers back as well as he can. I mean, they're a bit of a glass cannon just trying to pick off this low number of bio units that are still bullying him here. But Creator, he's taking losses, there's no doubt about that. He's got to warp in more and more Zealots. He's got a Colossus out, which could mark the turning point here as if he's able to repel his opponent here. The Colossus is just sitting at the back, though. He needs some units here to buffer for it. He's got a few sentries here. They can toss down force fields if the Terran decides to dive forward. But man, this is a dicey spot here for the Protoss. There's no extended thermal lance as well for this Colossus. Cure has a good amount of Marauders, each pretty much with their own personal medivac, and the Protoss, who's just desperately trying to hold on, is just under assault non-stop here. Another warping of Stalkers is coming on in, but I feel like it might be Zealots that he needs right now. He's warping into 4 Stalkers. As one of the Colossus goes down, he may be able to at least repel the Terran right now. Eats a Widowmine shot there, eats another one. Miss micro there from Creator, trying to repel the Terran. And Cure just does so much here. And oh, another Widowmine gets a connection there. All of the Widowmines for Cure seemingly finding good connections. And we take a look at where the Protoss is at right now, and it is not a good spot. No extended thermal lance is out for Creator. He's just starting his +2, whereas the Terran has his own 2-2 on the way, so he's behind in upgrades. He doesn't have that good of a probe count. He's gonna have to defend versus this drop that's coming his way too, and this is where it could become very, very troublesome for the Protoss. Here, for now, is gonna be looking to boost on in. He scans, though. He sees that this is coming on in, but the Mad Lad, he goes for it anyway. He's really committing to this drop. I mean, you gotta give it to him, the cojones on this guy. As, look at this, the Zealot's just melting to the bio right now. Creator in a very tough spot in his own base, just a bit of a Sim City working against himself, and all of a sudden, we take a look, Widowmine's running up into the face of the Protoss. This Colossus has to retreat here as Marauders are running forward. Pure getting a little bit bold there, but this drop still going on in this main base. It looks like it will be cleaned up there, but man, that is not a good feeling for the Protoss. Seeing a Terran drop coming on in, then he just does it anyway. Kier basically just YOLOing on in. And right now, the Protoss' army is not looking too good. He's going into Disruptors. I guess he feels he's a little bit behind. He knows that Vikings could be an easy counter to these Colossus. So he says, right, Disruptors, they're the way to go. But in reality, he just needs to be worried about the next drop that's going to be coming his way. He's got a Cannon, a Stalker, a Colossus to defend versus this. And it looks like the Kier is just going to go right on top of his opponent once again. And I don't know if this Colossus is going to stay alive for long here. It's going to get focused down by the Marauders there. It tries to retreat, but it's not happening. The probes have to run away, but there's just nothing in the main base to defend. And Creator has to pull his whole army back to deal with just one drop. His +2 armor is denied, so Kier is securing himself an upgrade leading the future. Disruptors getting their shots off, but even one of the Disruptors goes down. Kier is getting value at every point in this game. He's now getting up his own 4th base. He's starting his +3 armor for some reason, not his +3 attack. I imagine we'll see the attack start soon. But look at this, even another drop coming on in. He's literally just dropping right on top of the Protoss' main source right now. The Immortal, pretty good versus the Marauders, but there's just too much Terran here, I feel. Yeah, that's it. GG, Kier takes himself a swift 2-0 versus Creator in the Alima League, and very well done there by Kier, just showing what a top-level Terran he is at this point, and he's a guy to look out for, a very high-level Terran. Just making Creator fall apart, and showing that he can take a game from start to finish is a very important trait in a Terran. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this commentary, make sure to press that like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to press that subscribe button and turn on that bell icon, as it lets you get notified whenever I put up a video. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Before I do head out, though, I got one point to make. If you have feedback for my audio while commentating or anything, or my stream setup or my video setup, just let me know. I'm always looking for feedback, even on my commentary too. So yeah, feel free to keep that in mind, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.